South America is a continent where nature and history intertwine, creating a vast canvas of contrasts and wonders. From the majestic Iguazu Falls between Argentina and Brazil, where torrents plunge like a colossal silver curtain, to Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat reflecting the endless sky, South America reveals landscapes found nowhere else on Earth. From Machu Picchu, veiled in the clouds of Peru and recalling the legendary Inca civilization, to the mangroves and white beaches of Fernando de Noronha in Brazil, the blend of ancient heritage and pristine nature shapes a unique allure. From Chile's Torres del Paine with its towering ice-capped peaks, to Cartagena in Colombia, glowing with the colors of colonial charm, each stop tells a different story, sometimes epic, sometimes romantic. South America is not just a continent, but a vibrant journey where every land opens a door to wonders beyond imagination. Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, is one of the most vibrant and captivating cities in South America, where modern life meets deep cultural and historical roots. The city was founded in the 16th century and gradually became an important economic, political, and artistic center for the entire region. What impresses visitors in Buenos Aires is the diverse architecture, ranging from classical European-style buildings to modern skyscrapers. Wide boulevards, spacious squares, and imposing public buildings contribute to the city's unique character. The cultural atmosphere in Buenos Aires is always lively, with music, arts, and festivals held throughout the year. Tango, the dance closely tied to Argentina's identity, originated here, spreading from the streets to grand stages and becoming a cultural symbol recognized worldwide. Moreover, the daily life of Buenos Aires reflects the openness and national pride of the Argentine people. Traditional cafes, bustling markets, and a rich culinary scene with signature dishes have turned this city into a place where European heritage and South American spirit converge. Fitzroy Mountain, located on the border between Argentina and Chile in the Andes, is one of the most spectacular and iconic peaks in Patagonia. With an elevation of 11,171 feet, the mountain stands out with its towering granite cliffs and sharp spires rising among glaciers and icy valleys. The mountain was named in the year 1877 by explorer Francisco Moreno in honor of Captain Robert Fitzroy, who commanded the HMS Beagle during the historic voyage carrying Charles Darwin to explore South America. Although not the tallest peak in the Andes, Fitzroy is considered one of the most challenging to climb due to its rugged terrain and unpredictable weather. The landscape surrounding Fitzroy Mountain reflects the wild beauty of Patagonia, with crystal-clear glacial lakes, vast steppes, and skies often covered with thick clouds. At sunrise, the sun paints the vertical cliffs in shades of red, creating one of the most breathtaking moments for travelers and photographers from around the world. Today, Fitzroy Mountain is regarded as a symbol of the untamed nature of southern Argentina, attracting climbers, photographers, and adventure seekers eager to experience the rare and majestic beauty of Patagonia. Iguazu Falls, located on the border between Argentina and Brazil, is one of the most magnificent waterfall systems in the world, with over 270 individual falls stretching nearly 1.7 miles. Water from the Iguazu River plunges over black basalt cliffs, creating massive clouds of mist and a thundering roar that can be heard from miles away, offering a scene both fierce and majestic. The most striking feature of Iguazu Falls is the Garganta del Diablo, the Devil's Throat, where water crashes down from a height of over 160 feet into a giant chasm shrouded in thick white mist. Sunlight passing through the spray often creates brilliant rainbows, adding a magical touch to the scene. The area surrounding the falls is a protected subtropical rainforest, home to thousands of plant and animal species, many of them rare or endangered. Wooden trails and walkways have been built along both sides of the border, allowing visitors to view the falls from multiple perspectives, from the base to high observation points. The beauty of Iguazu Falls changes with the seasons, as water flow increases dramatically during the rainy season and becomes calmer in the dry months, yet remains spectacular year-round. The combination of immense scale, thundering sound, and lush tropical scenery makes Iguazu Falls one of the most remarkable natural wonders in South America. Laguna Esmeralda lies deep within the Tierra del Fuego region at the southern tip of Argentina and is one of the most striking mountain lakes in Patagonia, thanks to its distinctive emerald green water. The lake sits at an elevation of about 1,476 feet, surrounded by ancient Lenga forests, frozen meadows, and peaks capped with permanent ice, creating a setting both wild and poetic. The water source of Laguna Esmeralda comes from the Ojo del Albino Glacier melting down the high slopes. Minerals suspended in the icy flow give the lake its brilliant emerald hue, shifting shades with the day's light and weather. When the sun rises, the calm water reflects the sky, forests, and surrounding mountains like a giant mirror. The journey to Laguna Esmeralda is an unforgettable experience for nature lovers. The trail runs about 5.5 miles through the Tierra Mayor Valley, with landscapes constantly changing from dense forest to marshes and small, glacial streams. Along the way, visitors can feel the absolute silence, broken only by the wind and flowing water. Laguna Esmeralda not only captivates with its visual beauty, but also offers a rare, untouched atmosphere. The wilderness, sub-Antarctic climate, and majestic mountain scenery make it one of the most remarkable destinations in Tierra del Fuego for those seeking an outdoor adventure filled with exploration. Nahuel Huapi National Park, located in northern Patagonia, Argentina, is the oldest national park in the country, established in the year 1934. Covering an area of more than 2,700 square miles, it encompasses the Andes Mountains, temperate forests, glacial valleys, and a vast lake system, with the deep blue Nahuel Huapi Lake stretching to the horizon as its centerpiece. The park's landscape is a stunning combination of snow-covered peaks, highland meadows, and dense coniferous forests. In winter, the mountains become famous ski resorts, while summer brings hiking trails and kayaking opportunities to explore the scattered islands on the lake. This national park also preserves traces of ancient glaciers that carved deep valleys and towering cliffs. Many areas rise above 6,561 feet, where snow and ice remain year-round, creating Patagonia's signature scenery. Beyond its natural beauty, Nahuel Huapi National Park is also a cultural crossroads between the indigenous Mapuche people and European settlers who arrived in the late 19th century. The blend of wild landscapes, outdoor recreation, and cultural heritage makes it one of the most captivating destinations in southern Argentina. Machu Picchu lies in the Andes at an altitude of nearly 8,000 feet and is the most famous heritage site of the Inca civilization. Hidden among clouds and steep cliffs, this ancient city was forgotten by the outside world for centuries before being rediscovered in 1911 by explorer Hiram Bingham. The entire complex includes more than 200 grey stone structures, from palaces and temples to residential areas and terraced fields. Remarkably, the massive stones, weighing several tons each, were fitted so precisely that not even a knife blade can fit between them, all crafted by hand without mortar. This construction technique has allowed Machu Picchu to withstand earthquakes and the passage of time. The highlight of the complex is Intihuatana, a carved stone believed to be an astronomical tool for the Incas to track the sun's movements. Alongside it are the semicircular Temple of the Sun and the Three Windows area, both carrying deep religious significance and reflecting the Incas' advanced architecture and spirituality. Today, visitors can either hike the Inca Trail or take a train from Cusco to reach Machu Picchu. Along the winding stone steps, the site of ancient structures and wild mountain landscapes emerging from the mist gives this place an unforgettable aura of mystery. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, Machu Picchu stands not only as an archaeological wonder, but also as a cultural symbol of all South America. The Nazca lines stretch across the arid plateau of southern Peru and remain one of the greatest archaeological mysteries in the world. Hundreds of gigantic lines, geometric shapes, and animal figures are etched directly into the desert floor, visible clearly only from the air. The most famous include the hummingbird, nearly 300 feet long, the monkey with its spiral tail, and massive triangles and straight lines stretching for miles. The ancient Nazca people created these drawings between 500 BC and 500 AD by removing the dark stones on the desert's surface to reveal the lighter soil beneath. Strangely, the Nazca Desert has almost no wind or rain, which is why the figures have remained intact for more than 1,500 years. The true purpose of the Nazca lines remains debated. Some theories suggest they were linked to religious rituals and astronomy, serving as a gigantic agricultural calendar. Others believe the lines were ceremonial paths leading to places of worship, while the animal figures symbolized deities protecting water and crops. One lesser-known fact is that over 70 animal and plant figures and more than 300 geometric shapes have been identified, covering an area of nearly 175 square miles. Many lines run for dozens of miles with astonishing precision, showing that the ancient Nazca people possessed surveying and planning knowledge far beyond what many modern archaeologists once imagined. Las Lajas Sanctuary, located in the Guaitara Canyon near the town of Ipiales in southern Colombia, is one of the most spectacular churches in South America. Built in 1916 and completed in 1949, the structure spans a stone bridge connecting two cliffs, with the Guaitara River rushing 328 feet below, creating a scene both majestic and otherworldly. The church's architecture follows the neo-Gothic style, with soaring spires, vibrant stained glass windows, and a grey stone facade blending harmoniously with the surrounding natural cliffs. Notably, the wall behind the main altar is the original rock face of the canyon, where, according to legend, the image of the Virgin Mary appeared in the 18th century, making this a major pilgrimage site in Colombia. The bridge leading to Las Lajas Sanctuary stretches 164 feet, serving as an integral part of the complex, allowing visitors to admire the entire church from a distance with the deep valley unfolding below. When morning or sunset light shines through, the stained glass windows glow brilliantly, turning the entire scene into a living painting amid the mountains. Beyond its religious significance, Las Lajas Sanctuary stands out as an architectural gem amid untamed nature. The combination of intricate Gothic artistry, dramatic location, and mysterious legends has earned it the title Wonder in the Canyon, attracting both pilgrims and international travelers alike. Salinas Grandes is one of the largest salt flats in South America, stretching over 2,316 square miles at an elevation of about 11,152 feet in the Andean highlands of northwestern Argentina. During the dry season, the entire area turns into a massive white sea, where natural geometric salt patterns extend to the horizon, creating an almost surreal landscape. When the rainy season arrives, a thin layer of water covers the surface, transforming Salinas Grandes into a giant mirror, reflecting the blue sky and drifting clouds. This spectacle recalls the Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia, but Salinas Grandes retains a quieter, less touristed atmosphere, preserving its unique, pristine character. Beneath the white salt crust lies a vast lithium reserve, making the region an important center for mineral extraction. However, mining activities are tightly regulated to maintain a balance between economic development and the preservation of the high-altitude desert's unique landscape. The combination of thin mountain air, the intense Andean sunlight, and the perfectly flat salt surface creates strange optical illusions. Many photographers and travelers come to Salinas Grandes not only to enjoy the scenery, but also to craft creative images with unique perspective effects found in few other places on Earth. Ushuaia, often called the end of the world city, lies at the southern tip of Argentina on the island of Tierra del Fuego and is the southernmost city on the planet. Situated between the Andes Mountains and the Beagle Channel, the city offers a landscape both majestic and wild, where snow-covered peaks meet the cold ocean. Founded in the late 19th century, Ushuaia was once Argentina's penal colony before developing into an important hub for tourism and scientific research. Colorful wooden buildings line the coast, backed by steep mountains, creating a scene both remote and full of life. The climate in Ushuaia is subantarctic, with strong winds, sudden snow or rain, and short summers. These harsh conditions have preserved the rare, pristine beauty of the surrounding nature, with Magellanic forests, glaciers, and small offshore islands. From Ushuaia, many expeditions depart for Antarctica, making it a key gateway for scientists and travelers aiming to reach the frozen continent. The blend of unique geography, remarkable history, and striking landscapes makes Ushuaia one of South America's most adventurous destinations. Valdés Peninsula, located in Chubut Province, Patagonia, is one of the most important nature reserves in South America, known for its unique ecosystem and characteristic semi-arid landscape. It was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999, mainly for its critical role in protecting rare marine species. The most remarkable feature of Valdés Peninsula is the breeding ground of the southern right whale. From June to December, these giant whales migrate thousands of miles to the warm, shallow waters around the peninsula to give birth and raise their young. This phenomenon makes Valdés one of the world's top whale-watching destinations. In addition, the peninsula's coast is home to large populations of South American sea lions and southern elephant seals, especially around Punta Norte and Caleta Valdés. Some beaches even witness the spectacular hunting behavior of orcas, which surge onto the shore to attack young seals, a rare phenomenon in the natural world. Inland, Valdés Peninsula has a semi-arid landscape with the white salt flats of Salina Grande and saline lakes like Lago Salinas Chica, which attract flocks of bright pink flamingos. The combination of open sea, steppe, and unique wildlife makes Valdés Peninsula one of Patagonia's most remarkable destinations for nature lovers. Tierra del Fuego, or the Land of Fire, is an archipelago at the southern tip of South America, divided between Chile and Argentina, with the largest island being Isla Grande de Tierra del Fuego. It marks the end of the continent, where the Andes Mountains finish with towering cliffs before sinking into the cold Southern Ocean. The landscape of Tierra del Fuego offers a wild beauty unmatched anywhere else. Narrow channels, winding between snowy peaks, deep green Magellanic forests, glacial lakes, and open steppes stretching to the horizon. The climate here is harsh, with strong winds, cold rain year-round, and short summers, creating a unique ecosystem adapted to near-Antarctic conditions. This region is also famous for the Beagle Channel and the Strait of Magellan, historic maritime routes that once served as the only connection between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans before the Panama Canal was built. Many legendary expeditions, including Charles Darwin's voyage aboard the HMS Beagle, stopped here. Tierra del Fuego attracts nature lovers and adventure travelers with activities such as trekking through primeval forests, sailing across icy channels, and exploring wildlife reserves home to penguins, sea lions, and numerous seabirds. The combination of its southernmost location, dramatic landscapes, and exploration history makes Tierra del Fuego one of the world's most unique regions. La Paz, the administrative capital of Bolivia, lies at an elevation of about 11,975 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest cities in the world, surrounded by the majestic Andes Mountains. With the snow-covered Illimani Peak as a backdrop, La Paz offers a dramatic and unique landscape where neighborhoods cling to steep hillsides and winding roads follow the natural terrain. The city was founded in the year 1548 by the Spanish and quickly became an important commercial and administrative center during the colonial period. The combination of classic colonial architecture with today's modern urban districts clearly reflects La Paz's long and rich history. One of the most remarkable features of La Paz is the world's longest urban cable car system, connecting neighborhoods at different altitudes. From cabins suspended in the air, visitors can admire panoramic views of the city, stretching across valleys and mountainsides, with high-rise buildings standing next to traditional residential areas. The climate in La Paz remains cool and dry year-round, thanks to its high elevation, and the atmosphere here carries a strong Andean cultural influence, with traditional markets, colorful festivals, and lively street music. The blend of impressive natural scenery, rich history, and vibrant culture makes La Paz one of South America's most unique capitals. La Paz, the administrative capital of Bolivia, lies at an elevation of about 11,975 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest cities in the world, surrounded by the majestic Andes Mountains. With the snow-covered Illimani Peak as a backdrop, La Paz offers a dramatic and unique landscape where neighborhoods cling to steep hillsides and winding roads follow the natural terrain. The city was founded in the year 1548 by the Spanish and quickly became an important commercial and administrative center during the colonial period. The combination of classic colonial architecture with today's modern urban districts clearly reflects La Paz's long and rich history. One of the most remarkable features of La Paz is the world's longest urban cable car system, connecting neighborhoods at different altitudes. From cabins suspended in the air, visitors can admire panoramic views of the city, stretching across valleys and mountainsides, with high-rise buildings standing next to traditional residential areas. The climate in La Paz remains cool and dry year-round, thanks to its high elevation, and the atmosphere here carries a strong Andean cultural influence, with traditional markets, colorful festivals, and lively street music. The blend of impressive natural scenery, rich history, and vibrant culture makes La Paz one of South America's most unique capitals. Red Lagoon, or Laguna Colorada, located at an elevation of over 14,108 feet in the Eduardo Avaroa Wildlife Reserve in southwestern Bolivia, is one of the most unusual high-altitude lakes on the planet. Standing out amid salt deserts and volcanoes, the lake covers nearly 23 square miles with its characteristic bright red color, creating a scene that seems to come from another world. The unique red hue of Red Lagoon comes from a combination of minerals and microorganisms thriving in mineral-rich waters under extreme conditions. When strong winds blow or light shifts, the lake's color changes from deep red to orange or even violet, producing a spectacular visual effect rarely seen elsewhere. Amid the red expanse are striking white salt islands, formed from crystallized borax deposits over thousands of years. The powerful contrast between the white borax, the red water, and the deep blue Andean sky gives the landscape an otherworldly beauty. During certain months, thousands of Andean flamingos nest around the lagoon, adding pale pink movement over the vivid red water. The combination of extreme altitude, unique mineralization, and rare wildlife makes Red Lagoon one of the most spectacular and mysterious natural landscapes in South America. Salar de Uyuni, located at an elevation of 12,014 feet on the Altiplano Plateau in southwestern Bolivia, is the largest salt flat in the world, covering an area of more than 3,860 square miles. Seen from above, the entire expanse resembles a boundless white ocean, stretching to the horizon, creating one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. This salt flat was formed from massive prehistoric lakes that evaporated tens of thousands of years ago, leaving behind a thick salt crust lying over mineral-rich layers containing one of the world's largest natural lithium reserves, essential for modern battery production. What makes Salar de Uyuni truly unique is the giant mirror effect that appears during the rainy season when a thin layer of water covers its perfectly flat surface, turning it into the largest natural mirror in the world. The sky and land seem to merge into one, creating an optical illusion that makes visitors feel as if they are walking in the clouds. At night, the reflective surface of Salar de Uyuni, combined with the star-filled skies of the Andean highlands, offers one of the most spectacular astronomical landscapes on Earth. The blend of immense scale, unique optical phenomena, and geological importance makes Salar de Uyuni a one-of-a-kind natural wonder in the world. Valle de la Luna, or the Moon Valley, located on the outskirts of La Paz, Bolivia, is one of the most surreal landscapes in South America. This area was shaped by millions of years of wind and rain erosion on soft clay and sedimentary rock, creating countless spires, deep canyons, and natural towers with bizarre shapes as if from another planet. What makes Valle de la Luna special is the wide range of colors in its soil and rocks. Under the sunlight, the sediment layers appear in shades of white, gray, purple, and pink, creating a natural canvas that changes constantly throughout the day. Many rock formations are named after their unique shapes, such as the Moon Tower or the Weeping Nun, sparking visitors' imagination. The arid climate and rugged terrain leave the valley almost barren of vegetation, with only a few small cacti scattered across the area. The lack of plant life, combined with the raw colors of the rocks, gives Valle de la Luna an otherworldly feel, perfectly matching its name, the Moon Valley. Narrow, winding trails through the rock corridors allow visitors to explore the valley from multiple angles. When the wind whistles through the hollow spires, eerie sounds echo across the barren landscape, adding mystery and surreal beauty to Valle de la Luna, making it one of the most impressive destinations near La Paz. Chapada Diamantina, located in the state of Bahia, Brazil, is one of the most spectacular mountain plateaus in South America. Covering an area of more than 14,673 square miles, the region is known for its sandstone plateaus, deep canyons, towering waterfalls, and mysterious caves formed over millions of years of weathering. The name Chapada Diamantina comes from the diamond mines that were extensively exploited in the 19th century. Although mining ended long ago, traces remain in old towns and historic trails, which now serve as trekking routes for adventurous visitors. One of the most remarkable sights here is Cachoeira da Fumaça, a waterfall nearly 1,158 feet high, where the water is so thin it turns into mist before reaching the ground. Other highlights include flooded caves such as Poço Azul and Poço Encantado, famous for their optical phenomenon. When sunlight enters through the cliffs, the crystal-clear water glows with an intense blue hue, creating an almost surreal scene. Chapada Diamantina's scenery changes dramatically with the seasons. The rainy season brings powerful flows to the waterfalls, while the dry season reveals deep caves and canyons. The combination of ancient geology, unique natural phenomena, and mining history makes Chapada Diamantina a top destination for nature lovers and geology enthusiasts alike. Fernando de Noronha is an archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean, located about 220 miles off the northeastern coast of Brazil, famous for its pristine landscapes and unique marine ecosystem. Formed by ancient volcanic activity, the islands feature towering basalt cliffs, fine golden sand beaches, and crystal-clear waters so transparent that the seabed is visible at depths of more than 164 feet. The most distinctive feature of Fernando de Noronha is its strictly protected, diverse marine ecosystem. It is home to spinner dolphins, sea turtles, and many rare tropical fish species. The clear waters and steady ocean currents create perfect visibility for diving and snorkeling, making it one of the best diving destinations in South America. The archipelago limits the number of visitors per day to protect the environment, and the entire area was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the year 2001. A network of trails and viewpoints has been carefully designed, allowing visitors to enjoy the scenery without disturbing the island's pristine nature. Fernando de Noronha is also famous for Bahia do Sancho, a beach often ranked among the world's most beautiful. From the high cliffs, visitors can gaze over the vast blue ocean where seabirds soar, and the sun sets spectacularly on the horizon, highlighting the rare beauty of this archipelago. Jericoacoara, often called Jerry by locals, is one of the most pristine and spectacular beaches in the country. Once a small, isolated fishing village, it was connected to the rest of Brazil only by sandy tracks crossing dunes and dry shrublands. This inaccessibility preserved Jerry's natural beauty for decades. The most distinctive feature of Jericoacoara is the massive sand dunes surrounding the town and stretching to the shoreline. Winds from the Atlantic Ocean constantly reshape the landscape, creating dunes that change form with each season. In some areas, crystal-clear freshwater lagoons appear between the dunes after the rainy season, forming rare natural oases. Jerry's beach is famous for its breathtaking sunsets when the sun sinks below the horizon, casting golden-orange light across the sea and white dunes. Visitors often climb the Duna do Pôr do Sol, the area's largest sand dune, to witness this iconic scene. There are no paved roads in town. Sandy streets and simple thatched roof houses blend naturally into the surroundings, preserving the village's rustic charm. The combination of raw beauty, pleasant tropical climate, and tranquil atmosphere makes Jericoacoara a truly unique destination compared to Brazil's busier beaches. Lagoinha do Leste, located on Santa Catarina Island in southern Brazil, is one of the country's most remote and untouched beaches. Surrounded by dense forested mountains, it can only be reached by hiking several miles along trails or by boat, creating a rare sense of isolation even in a nation famous for its crowded beaches. What makes Lagoinha do Leste unique is the striking contrast between the blue ocean, white sand dunes, and the freshwater lagoon right behind the beach. The opposition between the powerful Atlantic waves and the calm, mirror-like waters of the lagoon creates a landscape that is both dramatic and serene, unlike anywhere else. The area has virtually no permanent tourist infrastructure. No restaurants, no hotels, only white sand, seawater, and untouched forest. This preserves Lagoinha do Leste's pristine character, where visitors come solely to immerse themselves in nature, camp overnight, and admire the star-filled sky unspoiled by city lights. From the cliff's viewpoints, the entire crescent-shaped beach unfolds spectacularly with the Atlantic waves endlessly crashing against the shore. On days with few visitors, Lagoinha do Leste feels like a forgotten paradise where Brazil's pure beauty remains preserved through time. Lençóis Maranhenses, located in the state of Maranhão in northern Brazil, is one of the most surreal natural landscapes in South America. Stretching over 580 square miles, the area is covered by endless chains of fine white sand dunes, creating the image of giant bed sheets, the origin of the name Lençóis in Portuguese. What makes this place so special is the phenomenon of rainwater lagoons forming among the sand dunes. During the rainy season from January to June, the sandy valleys collect crystal-clear rainwater, creating thousands of blue and emerald-green lagoons across the white desert, in sharp contrast with the deep blue sky and sunlit dunes. When the dry season arrives, many lagoons gradually dry up, leaving behind empty sandy valleys. This seasonal transformation turns lençois marins into a living landscape, never the same at two different times of the year, making each visit a brand new experience. No major roads cut through this region. Visitors can only access it by off-road vehicles, hiking, or riding camels, experiencing the vastness and near absolute silence of nature. The combination of sand desert, seasonal lagoons, and tropical climate has made Lençois Maranhenses one of the most unique natural wonders of Brazil and the world. Pantanal, stretching across the states of Mato Grosso and Mato Grosso do Sul in western Brazil, is the largest wetland in the world, covering an area of more than 58,000 square miles. Each year, summer rains and the flooding of the Paraguay River transform much of this region into a vast inland sea, creating one of the most diverse and abundant ecosystems on the planet. The defining feature of Pantanal is its seasonal flood rhythm. During the rainy season, from November to March, water spreads across grasslands, forests, and small lakes, turning the region into a paradise for migratory birds and wildlife. When the dry season arrives, the water gradually recedes, revealing vast grasslands where livestock and native animals share the rich food resources. Pantanal is considered the best place in South America to observe wildlife thanks to its flat terrain and sparse vegetation. Many iconic species, such as the Pantanal ocelot, giant otter, and especially the jaguar, thrive here in high densities, making it a premier destination for ecotourism and wildlife photography. Beyond its animal life, Pantanal is also remarkable for its diverse vegetation, ranging from flooded forests and open grasslands to clusters of palm trees and tropical wildflowers. The combination of hydrological rhythms, open landscapes, and abundant wildlife makes Pantanal one of the most impressive natural wonders of Brazil and the entire world. Rio de Janeiro, nestled between the coastal mountains and the Atlantic Ocean, is a city of spectacular natural beauty combined with the vibrant urban energy of South America. Famous for its long, sandy beaches, deep blue bays, and towering granite peaks rising amid the city, Rio de Janeiro offers a landscape unlike any other in the world. The most iconic symbol of Rio is the Christ the Redeemer statue, standing 100 feet tall atop Corcovado Mountain, from where visitors can enjoy sweeping views of the entire city, including Guanabara Bay and the small islands scattered offshore. Equally famous is Sugarloaf Mountain, with its distinctive shape and cable cars taking visitors to admire Rio bathed in the golden glow of sunset. The city is also renowned for its colorful Carnival Festival, held each year before Lent. Lively samba parades, electrifying music, and dazzling costumes transform Rio into Brazil's biggest cultural stage, attracting millions of visitors from around the globe. With its blend of dramatic natural scenery, historic architecture, and vibrant cultural life, Rio de Janeiro has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site for its urban landscape, a city where mountains, ocean, and people merge into an unforgettable living canvas. Sugarloaf Mountain, or Pau de Açúcar, is one of the most iconic natural landmarks of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rising about 1,300 feet above sea level, the mountain's unique shape, resembling a giant sugar loaf, towers over the deep blue waters of Guanabara Bay and the long stretches of beaches, creating a spectacular panorama for this coastal city. The highlight of Sugarloaf Mountain is its two-stage cable car system, operating since 1912, making it one of the oldest cable cars in the world. From the suspended cabins, visitors can enjoy sweeping views of Rio de Janeiro, including the Christ the Redeemer statue on Corcovado Mountain, the crescent-shaped Copacabana Beach, and the islands scattered across the Atlantic Ocean. The surrounding area blends lush tropical forests with towering granite cliffs. Several hiking and rock climbing routes have been developed for adventure seekers, offering a unique exploration experience alongside the famous cable car rides. On clear days, sunlight reflects off Guanabara Bay, while at sunset, Rio de Janeiro gradually lights up beneath the mountain, creating a stunning contrast between nature and urban life. This combination of impressive geography, panoramic views, and diverse tourism activities makes Sugarloaf Mountain one of Brazil's top destinations. Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, lies in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, more than 2,175 miles off the coast of Chile, making it one of the most isolated and mysterious islands in the world. Known for its hundreds of massive stone statues called moai, the island offers a landscape both remote and full of unanswered questions. The moai were carved from volcanic rock at Rano Raraku centuries ago, some standing over the 33 feet tall and weighing many tons. What makes them fascinating is that most of the statues face inland toward the ancient villages, as if guarding the island's inhabitants. Archaeologists still debate how the Rapa Nui people managed to transport these colossal figures across rugged terrain without modern tools. Beyond the moai, Easter Island also features enormous volcanic craters, lava tube caves, and white sand beaches contrasting with the deep blue ocean. Its mild climate and low vegetation keep the island's scenery open and unobstructed, unlike many other Pacific islands covered in dense forests. Combination of unique cultural heritage, striking volcanic landscapes, and remote location has earned Easter Island recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and made it one of the most intriguing and captivating destinations on the planet. The marble caves lie hidden in the turquoise waters of General Carrera Lake in the Patagonia region of Chile. This natural marble cave system was formed over thousands of years as waves slowly carved the rock walls, creating sweeping vaults and marble corridors adorned with intricate patterns. The most remarkable feature of the marble caves is their ever-changing colors. On sunny days, sunlight reflects off the crystal-clear water onto the cave walls, shifting them from grayish-white to shades of blue, emerald, or pale gold, depending on the season and water levels. Each visit offers a completely different experience. Accessible only by boat or kayak, visitors glide through narrow tunnels, watching the cave ceilings mirrored on the still, glass-like water. In spring, when snowmelt from the Andes raises the lake's water level, the colors inside the caves become most vivid, creating a scene that feels almost surreal. With no artificial structures or mass tourism development, the marble caves remain pristine. The blend of pure white marble, deep blue water, and natural sunlight has made this place one of South America's most stunning geological wonders. Queulat National Park, located in the Aysén region of Patagonia, Chile, is home to some of the most majestic and untouched landscapes in South America. Established in 1983, the park spans more than 580 square miles, encompassing mountains, glaciers, temperate rainforests, and deep valleys, almost isolated from the outside world. The most striking feature of Culat is the Ventisquero Colgante, or hanging glacier, where a massive block of ice clings to a sheer cliff, with meltwater cascading hundreds of feet down into the valley below, creating one of Patagonia's most spectacular sights. At the base, a turquoise glacial lake reflects the entire glacier and the surrounding forest, offering a view both grand and serene. In addition, Culat stands out for its pristine temperate rainforest, an ecosystem rarely found in South America, where moss-covered trees, hanging vines, and hidden waterfalls thrive in a constant shroud of mist. The year-round humidity allows dense vegetation to flourish, turning every trail into a path leading to a primeval world. Thanks to its rugged terrain and harsh climate, Culat National Park has remained almost completely untouched. Visitors can trek along steep trails, paddle across the glacial lake, or simply admire the hanging glacier from a distance, enjoying the rare tranquility of one of Chile's wildest regions. Torres del Paine National Park, located in the southernmost region of Chilean Patagonia, is one of the most famous national parks in the world, thanks to its majestic scenery and unique ecological diversity. Covering more than 690 square miles, it combines glaciated mountains, glaciers, turquoise lakes, and vast grasslands stretching to the horizon. The park's most iconic feature is the three granite towers of Torres del Paine, rising nearly 8,200 feet high, sculpted over millions of years by ancient glaciers and fierce winds into dramatic vertical cliffs. At dawn, the peaks glow red in the sunlight, offering one of Patagonia's most breathtaking sights. In addition, the park boasts massive glaciers like the Grey Glacier, where enormous blue icebergs float on frigid lakes, and a network of crystal-clear lakes such as Pejoy and Nordenskjöld, reflecting the surrounding peaks perfectly. Expansive grasslands and lenga forests provide a habitat for guanacos, gray foxes, and the elusive puma. Famous trekking routes like the W Trek and O Circuit allow visitors to explore the park's full grandeur, from windswept plains to glaciers and snow-capped mountains. The combination of striking geology, rich ecosystems, and pristine wilderness has made Torres del Paine the crown jewel of Patagonia and all of South America. Valparaiso, a major port city on the Pacific coast of central Chile, stands out for its steep hills, colorful architecture, and bohemian artistic atmosphere. The city stretches from the bustling harbor up the steep hillsides, where brightly painted houses cluster together overlooking the sea, creating one of the most vibrant and unique cityscapes in South America. The most distinctive feature of Valparaiso is its network of hillside elevators, ascensors, operating since the late 19th century, helping residents and visitors travel between the coastal area and the neighborhoods above. Many historic elevators remain in service today, offering both a nostalgic experience and panoramic views of the city, harbor, and vast ocean. The city is also known as the street art capital of Chile, with colorful murals covering walls, staircases, and narrow alleys. Artists from Chile and beyond have turned Valparaiso into a living open-air museum, where every corner carries its own creative expression. Life in Valparaiso blends the energy of Chile's busiest commercial port with the charm of small cafes, traditional markets, and European-style architecture. This fusion of maritime heritage, modern art, and dramatic coastal scenery earned Valparaiso recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2003, making it a must-visit destination in Chile. Caño Cristales, located in the Serranía de la Macarena region of central Colombia, is nicknamed the Liquid Rainbow, thanks to its spectacular scenery appearing each year from June to November. During this time, the riverbed bursts into vibrant shades of red, yellow, green, black, and white, creating a landscape that looks as if it belongs to another world. This unique phenomenon comes from Macarenia clavigera, an aquatic plant species that thrives when the river's depth and temperature reach ideal conditions. Changes in light, water flow, and water levels cause the colors of the vegetation to shift constantly, turning the entire riverbed into a living painting stretching for miles. Beyond its vibrant colors, Caño Cristales features countless natural circular pools carved by the river's flow over thousands of years. The water is so clear that visitors can see the ancient rock formations at the bottom, some dating back more than 1 billion years, exposed beneath the multicolored surface. Situated in the transition zone between the Amazon rainforest, the Andes Mountains, and the Llanos grasslands, Caño Cristales boasts extraordinary biodiversity with hundreds of species of birds, reptiles, and mammals. The fusion of this rare natural phenomenon, ancient geology, and pristine environment has made Caño Cristales one of Colombia's and the world's most unique natural wonders. Cartagena shines on the Caribbean coast with a beauty that blends the vibrant colors of its old town and the carefree tropical atmosphere. Ancient stone walls surround the historic center like guardians of a treasure, where cobblestone streets wind through palm-shaded squares, past houses painted in bright yellow, blue, and pink, with balconies overflowing with crimson bougainvillea. The most impressive landmark is the San Felipe de Barajas fortress, towering on a hill with its network of tunnels and thick stone walls that once defended against pirates and attacks from the sea. From above, the entire city stretches toward the turquoise Caribbean, creating a view that is both historic and full of life. Inside the old town, every corner bears the imprint of Spanish colonial architecture, infused with the lively rhythm of the Caribbean. Outdoor cafes, street music, and colorful markets make Cartagena a place where history meets a modern, romantic spirit. and as the sun sets, the ancient walls glow under golden lights. Boats rest silently offshore, and salsa music drifts from the plazas, bringing Cartagena to life as a vivid portrait of the sea, history, and Caribbean culture. Cocora Valley, located in the Andes Mountains of Colombia, stands out for its towering wax palm forests, the tallest palms in the world, that can grow up to 200 feet high. These slender trees rise straight into the sky above the lush green valley and mist-covered peaks, creating one of the most striking landscapes in South America. The valley is part of the Los Nevados National Natural Park, where the unique ecosystem of the high Andes Mountains is carefully preserved. The combination of cool climate, high humidity, and steep mountain terrain has allowed a wide diversity of vegetation and many rare bird species to thrive, including the brilliantly colored Andean hummingbird, often seen near the small streams. Trekking routes through Cocora Valley lead across open grasslands, misty cloud forests, and narrow valleys where visitors can marvel at the giant palms silhouetted against drifting white clouds. The scenery changes dramatically throughout the day. Golden sunlight fills the valley in the morning, while afternoon mists descend from the Andes, wrapping the forest in a mystical white veil. With its combination of breathtaking nature and unique ecosystems, Cocora Valley has become one of Colombia's most captivating destinations for trekking and sightseeing, offering visitors a chance to experience the untouched beauty of the Andes at elevations above 6,500 feet. The Rosario Islands, located about 12 miles off the Caribbean coast of Colombia near Cartagena, are a famous coral archipelago known for their crystal-clear waters and rich marine ecosystems. Established as a national park in 1988, the area protects both the largest coral reef system in the Colombian Caribbean and the region's distinctive coastal vegetation. The main attraction of the Rosario Islands is the transparent water, with shades of blue and turquoise changing with depth and sunlight. Beneath the surface, lies a world of more than 100 coral species, hundreds of tropical fish, sea turtles, starfish, and many other marine creatures, making this a top destination for scuba diving and snorkeling. Above the water, the small islands are covered with mangrove forests and soft, white sand beaches, contrasting beautifully with the deep blue sea. Wooden boats and speedboats from Cartagena take visitors here in just over an hour, offering a setting completely different from the bustle of the port city. At night, some areas around the Rosario Islands become famous for bioluminescence, when millions of microorganisms glow beneath the dark water, creating a magical, sparkling scene. The combination of pristine nature, diverse marine life, and vibrant tropical landscapes has made the Rosario Islands the crown jewel of Colombia's Caribbean region. Baños, officially known as Baños de Agua Santa, lies at the foot of the towering Tungurahua volcano in central Ecuador and is called the gateway to the Amazon, thanks to its location between the Andes Mountains and the tropical rainforest region. This small city stands out for its mountainous scenery, deep valleys, and numerous spectacular waterfalls surrounding the area. The most remarkable feature of Baños is the network of waterfalls and gorges encircling the city, the most famous being the Pilón del Diablo, where a massive torrent of water plunges down a steep cliff, creating a thick mist. Suspension bridges and narrow pathways along the rock walls allow visitors to admire the landscape from multiple angles, offering both dramatic and thrilling experiences. The city is also known for its natural hot springs, formed by the geothermal activity of Tungurahua volcano. For centuries, locals have believed these thermal waters provide health benefits, and today they serve as perfect spots for relaxation after days of adventure and exploration. Beyond the combination of volcanic terrain, mild climate, and diverse ecosystems, Baños has become a hub for adventure activities such as bungee jumping, zip lining, rock climbing, and cycling down steep canyons. This mix of natural beauty, adrenaline-filled adventures, and relaxing atmosphere has turned Baños into one of Ecuador's most captivating destinations. The Galapagos Islands, located about 620 miles off the coast of Ecuador in the Pacific Ocean, are among the world's most famous volcanic archipelagos thanks to their unique ecosystems and important role in scientific history. It was here that Charles Darwin developed his theory of evolution after observing the remarkable adaptations of native species. The archipelago consists of 13 large islands, 6 smaller ones, and dozens of islets, all formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago. Each island has its own distinct landscape, ranging from barren gray lava fields to white sand beaches and cactus forests thriving on harsh basalt terrain. Long-term geographic isolation has produced many endemic species, such as the giant Galapagos tortoise, flightless cormorant, and several unique finches found nowhere else on Earth. The surrounding waters feature an extraordinary marine ecosystem, home to sea lions, hammerhead sharks, and giant sea turtles. The mixing of the cold Humboldt Current with warm Pacific waters creates ideal conditions for an exceptional richness of marine life. Today, more than 95% of the Galapagos Islands are protected as a national park and UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, with strictly regulated tours designed to balance tourism and conservation. The combination of scientific heritage, volcanic landscapes, and pristine wildlife makes the Galapagos Islands a truly one-of-a-kind destination on the planet. Otavalo, located in the northern Andes of Ecuador, is renowned as the cultural and handicraft center of the indigenous Otavalo people, one of the oldest and most prosperous native communities in South America. This small city is surrounded by majestic volcanoes such as Imbabura and Cotacachi, along with the deep blue San Pablo Lake, creating a setting both grand and serene. The highlight of Otavalo is the handicraft market held daily at Plaza de los Ponchos. Here, countless traditional products are sold, from woven rugs, alpaca wool ponchos, and hand-embroidered bags to finely crafted silver jewelry. On Saturdays, the market expands in size, turning the entire town into a lively cultural space filled with folk music, colorful textiles, and the aromas of traditional cuisine. Otavalo also preserves indigenous music traditions, with the sounds of pan flutes and charango guitars echoing throughout the plazas. Many traditional festivals, such as Inti Raymi, the Festival of the Sun, take place in June, when locals wear vibrant costumes, dance, and give thanks for the harvest season. Thanks to the combination of highland landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and exquisite craftsmanship, Otavalo is not only Ecuador's top shopping destination, but also a place where visitors can deeply experience Andean cultural identity preserved across generations. Quito, the capital of Ecuador, sits at an elevation of 9,350 feet in the Andes, making it one of the highest capitals in the world. The city stretches beneath the Pichincha volcano, blending colonial architecture, rich cultural heritage, and the rare freshness of high mountain air. The most impressive part of Quito is its historic center, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. It preserves more than 40 churches and monasteries, cobblestone plazas, and narrow winding streets lined with whitewashed buildings and red tile roofs. Landmarks such as the Church of La Compañía de Jesús, with its intricately carved Baroque facade, and the lively Plaza Grande bring to life centuries of history. Beyond architecture, Quito is also famous for its unique geography. Not far from downtown lies Mitad del Mundo, where the equator line passes, allowing visitors to stand in both hemispheres at the same time. Museums here display fascinating scientific experiments related to the equator and astronomical phenomena. Thanks to its high elevation, Quito enjoys a pleasant, mild climate year-round, with clear blue skies and panoramic views of the surrounding Andean volcanoes. The blend of mountain scenery, historic architecture, and vibrant local culture has made Quito one of South America's most captivating capitals. Colca Canyon, located in the Arequipa region of Peru, is one of the deepest canyons in the world, with an impressive depth of about 10,725 feet. Surrounding the canyon are the majestic Andes Mountains, terraced slopes built since pre-Inca times, and traditional villages that have preserved their indigenous culture for centuries. The most remarkable feature of Colca Canyon is the giant Andean condor. Along the steep cliffs, visitors can watch these birds with wingspans of up to 10 feet soar gracefully across the bright blue sky, a scene evoking both grandeur and absolute freedom. Beyond wildlife, the region also boasts natural hot springs, lush green terraces, and ancient irrigation systems built by the Calagua and Cabana people hundreds of years ago. Small villages such as Chive and Yankee still maintain traditions of wearing colorful clothing and holding folk festivals tied to the agricultural calendar. Trekking routes along Colca Canyon take travelers through deep valleys, glacial streams, and the distinctive dry forests of the Andes. The combination of dramatic landscapes, long-standing cultural heritage, and unique ecosystems has made Colca Canyon one of Peru's most captivating destinations for nature and adventure lovers. Cusco, once the capital of the Inca Empire, sits at an elevation of 11,150 feet in the Peruvian Andes, where ancient history, colonial architecture, and vibrant indigenous culture come together. The city was the most important political, religious, and military center of the Inca civilization before it was conquered by the Spanish in the 16th century. The most remarkable aspect of Cusco is the blend of Inca and Spanish architecture. Many cobblestone streets still rest on the solid Inca foundations, topped with European-style Baroque churches and buildings. The Plaza de Armas, with its grand cathedral and the Church of la Compañía de Jesús, is the clearest example of this cultural fusion. Around Cusco, many Inca sites remain almost perfectly preserved, including Sacsayhuaman, a massive fortress built with giant stones so precisely fitted that not even a blade can slip between them. The ancient Inca trail starts from Cusco and leads to Machu Picchu, allowing visitors to experience a journey much like the one the Incas once took. Cusco is also a vibrant cultural center with the Inti Raymi Festival, the Festival of the Sun, held every June, reenacting ancient ceremonies honoring the Inca sun god. The combination of high-altitude scenery, ancient architecture, and living traditions makes Cusco one of the most captivating destinations in South America. Huascarán, located in the Cordillera Blanca range in the Ancash region of Peru, is the highest peak in the country, rising 22,105 feet above sea level. Surrounded by snow-covered summits and deep glacial valleys, Huascarán lies at the heart of Huascarán National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The mountain is divided into two main peaks, Huascarán Sur and Huascarán Norte, separated by a deep glacial crevice known as La Garganta. Its massive ice cap feeds important freshwater sources for the region and creates stunning glacial lakes such as the famous Laguna 69 with its brilliant turquoise waters. The area surrounding Huascarán is a paradise for mountaineering and trekking enthusiasts. Trails lead through deep valleys, cloud forests, and high-altitude grasslands, opening onto dramatic landscapes of endless snowy peaks and roaring waterfalls from melting glaciers. This harsh yet captivating terrain draws climbers from all over the world. Huascarán is also home to many Quechua communities whose language, traditional clothing, and agricultural practices have been preserved for centuries. The blend of towering mountain scenery, unique ecosystems, and indigenous cultural heritage has made Huascarán a true jewel of the Peruvian Andes. Huacachina, located near the city of Ica in southwestern Peru, is the only natural oasis in South America amid a vast sea of sand. At its center lies a green lagoon surrounded by tall palm trees, standing out against massive golden dunes that rise hundreds of feet high. The scene creates a surreal contrast between the arid desert and a vibrant oasis full of life. According to local legend, the Huacachina Lagoon was formed from the tears of a princess mourning her lost lover. Today, the lagoon is not only a cultural symbol, but also plays an essential role in sustaining the rare vegetation of the harsh Ica Desert ecosystem. The most distinctive feature of Huacachina is the enormous sand dunes encircling it, where visitors can try thrilling activities such as sandboarding and high-speed dune buggy rides across steep sandy slopes. From the top of the dunes, the sunset paints the oasis and the desert in golden tones, creating an unforgettable panorama. With its combination of unique natural beauty, mythical tales, and adventurous experiences, Huacachina has become one of Peru's most remarkable destinations, offering visitors a colorful and surreal escape in the heart of South America's arid desert. Vinicunca, also known as Rainbow Mountain, is located in the Andes of the Cusco region, Peru, at an elevation of about 17,060 feet above sea level. This mountain stands out with natural bands of red, yellow, green, and purple running along its slopes, creating one of the most spectacular landscapes in South America. The mountain's unique colors are the result of mineral sedimentation over millions of years. Iron gives the red hue, sulfur produces yellow tones, while copper and chloride compounds create green and purple streaks. Wind and glacial erosion gradually exposed these colorful layers, turning the mountain into a giant geological painting in the Andes. The journey to Vinicunca begins in the green valleys at the mountain's base, passing through grazing lands of the local Quechua people. Along the way, travelers may encounter herds of alpacas and small villages that preserve traditional lifestyles, offering an authentic glimpse into the culture of the Peruvian highlands. At the summit, the entire panorama of Vinicunca unfolds with its vibrant stripes beneath the clear blue sky, with snow-capped peaks visible in the distance. This view is especially stunning in the morning when the first sunlight enhances the mountain's colors, making Vinicunca one of the Andes' most astonishing natural wonders. The Sacred Valley, located between Cusco and Machu Picchu in the Peruvian Andes, was once one of the most important agricultural and religious centers of the Inca Empire. Along the valley, the Urubamba River winds its way through towering mountains, creating a landscape both majestic and serene. The highlight of the Sacred Valley is its system of terraced fields built skillfully on the mountain slopes hundreds of years ago. The Incas took advantage of the steep terrain and varied climate to grow corn, potatoes, and many other crops, turning this region into the granary of the empire. Many archaeological sites still remain, including stone fortresses, ceremonial centers, and sophisticated irrigation systems, showcasing the advanced engineering skills of the Incas. Several traditional villages in the valley still preserve their indigenous culture, with craft markets, folk festivals, and the colorful clothing of the Quechua people. From the trekking trails around the valley, visitors can admire panoramic views of snow-capped peaks surrounding the shimmering Urubamba River below. The combination of the Andes' majestic nature and the Inca Empire's rich historical legacy has made the Sacred Valley one of Peru's most outstanding destinations, where every corner evokes the golden age of this ancient civilization. Colonia del Sacramento, located on the banks of the Rio de la Plata in southwestern Uruguay, is one of the oldest and most beautiful cities in South America. Founded by the Portuguese in the late 17th century, it quickly became an important trading hub and a strategic point in the colonial disputes between Portugal and Spain. The most striking feature of Colonia del Sacramento is its old town, with narrow cobblestone streets, winding around low houses with red-tiled roofs and white or pale yellow walls. The blend of Portuguese architecture with wooden balconies and Spanish style with spacious courtyards created a unique look, reflecting the city's turbulent history. Ancient city gates, stone fortresses, and a tall lighthouse have stood for centuries, offering visitors panoramic views of the shimmering Rio de la Plata. Along the quiet streets are small cafes, local museums, and craft shops, bringing a nostalgic and slow-paced atmosphere rarely found in South American cities. When night falls, the warm yellow streetlights illuminate the cobblestone streets, reflecting off the old walls and glowing windows, making Colonia del Sacramento look like a living, nostalgic painting amid the flow of modern time. Montevideo, the capital and largest city of Uruguay, stretches along the Rio de la Plata with a coastline of more than 12 miles. The city offers a relaxed atmosphere rarely found in South American metropolises, where modern life blends with colonial history and a vibrant artistic culture. At the heart of Montevideo lies Ciudad Vieja, the old town, with cobblestone streets, tree-shaded squares, and buildings featuring neoclassical architecture mixed with Art Deco style. Here you will find the vast Plaza Independencia, surrounded by landmarks such as the Salvo Palace and the Solis Theatre, which still hosts concerts and classical performances. Beyond history and architecture, Montevideo is famous for the Ramblas, the long waterfront promenade running along the riverbank where locals stroll, bike, or simply sit and watch the sunset. Traditional markets, like Mercado del Puerto, offer a rich culinary experience with asado barbecue, local wines, and fresh seafood. In terms of art and culture, the city is the heart of candombe music, a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage with its lively drum rhythms echoing through street festivals. Montevideo combines old-world charm with modern life, where every corner tells a story of history, art, and the unique lifestyle of the Uruguayan people. Angel Falls, located in Canaima National Park in southeastern Venezuela, is known as the highest waterfall in the world, with a total height of about 3,212 feet, including a nearly 2,648-foot uninterrupted drop. Water plunges from the top of Auyan Tepuy, one of the tabletop mountains of the Gran Sabana, falling freely into the deep valley below, creating a white mist that blankets the rainforest beneath. What makes Angel Falls so spectacular is its remote location and unique terrain. Surrounded by dense jungle, the falls can only be reached by small plane, combined with river journeys and trekking through the rainforest, giving visitors the feeling of stepping into a forgotten world. The name Angel Falls comes from the American pilot Jimmy Angel, who accidentally discovered the waterfall in 1933 when his plane made an emergency landing nearby. Since then, it has become a legendary destination for explorers and photographers from around the globe. During the rainy season, massive volumes of water create a roaring spectacle as the falls thunder through the mountains and forest. In contrast, during the dry season, the flow lessens, sometimes turning into mist before reaching the ground, adding to Angel Falls' mystery and allure for travelers and geologists alike. Los Roques is the largest coral archipelago in the Caribbean, with more than 350 islands, sandbars, and lagoons covering an area of over 15 square miles. Known for its crystal-clear turquoise waters, soft white sand beaches, and pristine marine ecosystem, Los Roques has become one of the most spectacular tropical destinations in South America. The waters around Los Roques are especially famous for their rich coral reefs and shallow lagoons, home to hundreds of species of tropical fish, starfish, and sea turtles. This incredible biodiversity led to the area being designated as a national park in 1972, with strict regulations to limit construction and exploitation in order to preserve its natural beauty. Beyond diving and sailing, Los Roques also attracts kitesurfers and sailing enthusiasts thanks to the strong ocean winds and shallow waters ideal for water sports. Small islands like Cayo de Agua and Francisqui are famous for their long stretches of white sandy beaches, contrasting with the deep blue sea surrounding them. In the afternoon, when the tide recedes, narrow sandbars emerge in the middle of the sea, forming natural pathways stretching across the turquoise waters. This scene, combined with the vibrant tropical sky, gives Los Roques a rare sense of wild beauty and tranquility in the heart of the Caribbean. Mount Roraima, located at the tri-border of Brazil, Venezuela, and Guyana, is one of the most famous and spectacular tabletop mountains in the world. Rising to about 9,219 feet, with sheer cliffs reaching up to 1,312 feet, the mountain stands like a colossal fortress above the vast Grand Sabana, completely isolated from the surrounding landscape. The most remarkable feature of Mount Roraima is its flat summit, home to an ancient and isolated ecosystem. Scientists believe that most of the plants and animals here are endemic species, evolving independently for millions of years since this massive sandstone block formed nearly 2 billion years ago. Crystal-clear lakes, waterfalls plunging straight from the summit into the valleys below, and bizarrely shaped rock formations give Mount Roraima an otherworldly beauty. So much so that it inspired Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World. Deep cave systems within the mountain reveal unique geological formations found nowhere else on Earth. The journey to conquer Mount Roraima begins on the Venezuelan side, crossing wind-swept savannas and humid rainforests before ascending the vertical cliffs. At the summit, the pristine, isolated, and mysterious landscape makes visitors feel as though they have stepped into a primordial world forgotten for millennia.